This is a story about one of the Gist, I guess you could say. It's an adult story. Um, but there's this girl who shall remain nameless who I met originally. Uh, I think it was around 2008, right around when Pineapple Express came out, because we went and saw that together, and ended up sneaking in the movie theater and then getting caught and then having to buy our own tickets. Uh, but she was by far the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen, and I've seen my fair share, living where I do. Um, and that night, I actually had a friend in town visiting, um, and we have a beach that near us. And one thing I like to do is to uh, take them to the beach at like midnight. Usually, obviously alone, but my friend was in town and I couldn't like bail on him. But I bring a comforter and then I like lay it out on the sand, and you have to walk like a good ways down to get to the sand. And we sat down there and we all talked, and we actually saw a shooting star. And my plan was to try to kiss her then, but my friend, who obviously had no chance and has no game, like asked her like, "Can I kiss you?" and totally ruined it. So if I had tried to do anything, it would have seemed like we were there to like, you know, for the wrong reasons. So I couldn't do anything then. Fast forward, actually, I end up mentioning that, I think that she's attractive and whatnot, and she mentions that she really thinks that she could only see me as her like little brother. Now, fast forward about 4 years later, when I had just broken up with my like second girlfriend, I guess. Um, her and I or not her, my friend and I, who study chemistry, uh learned how to make this one kind of anabolic steroid, um allegedly. uh and I ended up getting huge, and her best friend, this girl who I liked, her best friend had always had a crush on me. So while the girl I liked had moved to Texas and was living with the guy she was dating, her best friend still lived here, and I would hang out with her. Or sometimes, I mean, I would talk to her. I wasn't really interested in her in that way, though. But I knew my only way to get to, S was going to be through J. So I'm just using their initials. Um, so what Jay and I did, well, we were at the market, and I had been posting on Facebook progress of my working out results and me getting bigger. And I guess S had told Jay like I would totally F David, or David Schiller, my nickname. And I was like, what? I was like, like, say what? Would like come again? So, and she's coming into town next week with her. She's gonna be in town next week, and I'm like, is her boyfriend coming with? And she's like, yeah, but don't worry about it. Like she's done it. She's done it before. So I was like, all right, I guess it's just an obstacle. So they end up coming out, and it's the last day before she has to like she's leaving the next morning, and that night before she tells her boyfriend that she's gonna have a girls' night, when really what the plan was that me and Jana, I would pick up Jana and then I would go pick up Shayna, and we were all gonna go drink at this bar near us, and whatever happened. And so Jana and I had planned ahead of time that she would leave her purse at my apartment, so that we would have to go back to my apartment in order to get her purse. So, plus, we were too inebriated. I had to leave my car there anyways. We took, a cab back to my apartment. And as soon as we get into my bedroom, Jana just completely takes all of her clothes off. And, oops, I shouldn't have said her name. I'll have to edit that out. But Jay takes all of her clothes off. And S is like, "What are you doing?" Like, and I turn S around, and this is the first time I ever done this, but I was like, now or never. So I like kind of like pressed her up gently, like, against the wall, and started kissing her, and she kissed me back. And so I picked her up, like, I used one arm under each leg, and I picked her up, and my mattress was on the floor, so I laid her down on the, like, kind of like threw her down on the mattress next to Jay, and I just started like banging, like got S out of her clothes and started banging them both at the same time. And I only remember tits and pieces of the night, because under the influence, but like Joey says to Ross in Friends, he says, "Your worst night with two women pretty much better than any other night." So I do remember certain parts of it. Like like I said, I remember banging both of them. I remember Shayna being on top of me. I remember 69ing with Jana, and then then Shayna took my dick out of, oop, 69ing with Jay, and then S took my dick out of Jay's mouth and put it in hers and started sucking it. And a good time was had by all. So, and the next morning, S had gone home because she had to make sure she caught her flight. And so when I woke up, Jay was still sleeping next to me. So I woke her up, and I was like, because I thought I had like fallen asleep and before anything happened. And so I was like, "What happened last night?" And she's like, "You don't remember?" And I'm like, "No." And like, kind of. And she's like, "You fucked me and S." And I was like, "Fuck yeah." I was like, somebody kill me now, because I just beat life. If life is a game and that was the final boss, I beat the final boss. Like, it's all downhill from here. Like, there, it can't really get better than this. So, I really, yeah, it was pretty crazy, and definitely one of the most G's things I've ever done, for sure, because I actually had a girlfriend myself, but I had only been dating her for like a week, and she found, like, I will make a subsequent video on how she found out about it, and what the result of that was. But yeah, that was my first threesome. My second threesome story will come in a subsequent video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.